Good evening to all and welcome to the session 200 Grammar Rules. Before I go to 200 Grammar Rules, I would like to talk about the new courses that are being launched, that are going to be launched on 7th of July. But now let me talk about something very interesting. SSC Now or Never Dhamaka. Now there are some offers, July offers, Unacademy promise offer only for SSC. 1 year, 6 months, 2 year, 12 months, additional months you're going to get. If you subscribe for 1 year, you get additional 6 months, and actual price is 11,700, but current price is 5,850. And 2 year subscription, you get 12 months, additional 12 months. Actual price 14,300, and current price is 7,020. Now, set preparation offer SSC Plus Bank. 1 year, 6 months additional you get, 2 year, 12 months, and actual price 14,088, and current price is 7,999. Then 12 months subscription 19,000, and actual current price is 9,999. This is something very, if you subscribe, this is the right time. You will be able to you will get benefited beyond any doubt. Not only that, in the month of July, on starting from 7th July, top educators are going to present top batches. And what SSC, for SSC, Unacademy is the best platform. Why? I have been telling you guys, and 30 plus batches every week, 300 plus classes a day, 70 plus educators. You can choose 70 plus educators, a wide range. You can decide whom to choose, whom not to choose, and 40,000 hours of recorded content. That is mind blowing. 20,000 practice questions trusted by 90 over 90% SSC aspirants. And these are the best educators. And what are the courses that are going to be launched on 7th July? 1,000 plus selection batch, that is one thing, SSC CGL 2020. Set Brahmastra batch, all government exams, 7th July again. All Stars batch, SSC, CGL, and CHSL 2021-22 exams, and SSC, CGL, and CHSL 2021 exams. Again, strong lineup of batches. There are 5 batches that have been lined up. All are going to be launched on 7th July. You can have a look at all these features. And you have Foundation batch, SSC Stenographer 2021 exam, SSC CPO 2021 exam, and in the month of July, the prices are going to be hiked. So it is like now or never. Coming in July, better you enroll now because price hike is going to be there in the month of July. This is the right time. And if you use my referral code, what is my referral code? Korlapati 4 5077. You get 10% discount, additional 10% discount. So try to subscribe, and you have access to a wide range of courses and also the top educators and the top batches. Not only that, an academic combat scholarship test. It is on July 4th. And here a lot of prizes are there. You have iPad, iPod, and so many other prizes. And try to take that combat scholarship test. I'm sure you will get benefited. Now coming to my sessions, morning 9:30 to 11:30, there's a plus class paid batch, and I'm going to launch a new course on 7th of July. Tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, no classes, 9:30 to 11:30. A new course will be launched on 7th of this month, and as usual, 12 noon to 1. That will continue. Not tomorrow, Monday we are going to start, and 12 noon to 1 all about vocabulary. And evening 7:30 to 8:30, YouTube classes, free classes. I'm not going to change that. So I may launch this month 3 new courses. What they are, I'm going to tell tomorrow. I'm going to come up with a special video. So that is like introduction. Now let us go to our session, regular session 200 grammar rules. And why should you learn these rules? Many questions are asked based on important grammar rules. And there are about 500 grammar rules, but all are not very important. In a nutshell, 200 grammar rules are very important. So we have started. Already you have learned 68 rules. Good evening to all of you. And today, all the rules, yesterday, last 3 days, I taught adjectives rules, adverbs related rules, and degrees of comparison rules. Today, a new topic, again with parts of speech. What is today's topic? Prepositions. At the outset, what is a preposition? I would like to spend a few minutes, then we'll go to the rules because you need to have the basic concepts. That is very important. And when it comes to a preposition, literally it means what? Any word that comes before a noun or a pronoun. But it has another definition. What is a preposition? It is a relationship word. It tells the relationship between two nouns, two pronouns, or a noun and a pronoun. Any combination is possible. For example, if I say, the book is on the table, book noun, table noun. What is the preposition here? On. Here, on is telling the relationship between two nouns. It is on the table. Again, the same preposition. What is it doing? It is telling us the relationship between it, a pronoun, and table, a noun. Another combination. Third one, something. It is on him. Again, the same preposition. What is it doing in this example? It is telling us the relationship between two pronouns, it and him. So, what is a preposition? It is a word, it is a relationship word. It tells a relationship between two nouns, two pronouns, or a noun and a pronoun. This is like introduction, the concept, the definition. Any topic, you got to have the mind map. Then comes the question, how to learn prepositions, what is important, what are the important dimensions. Any topic, any part of speech, you have to start with a definition. And when it comes to prepositions, there are some important prepositions. You got to learn the rules. They have certain rules, and you're going to learn some of them. And there are pairs of prepositions. Today, I'm going to present the rules that go with two prepositions. They come under confusing or pairs of prepositions. And also, the most important dimension when it comes to prepositions, prepositional combinations of fixed prepositions. This is an ocean. You'll be surprised and shocked to know the Oxford University Press, it has published two volumes. Volume 1, 15,000 combinations. Volume 2, 15,000 combinations. You don't have to learn all that. Important ones, 100 or 200. If you read the newspapers, a regular reader, you will be exposed to all those and enough. But today I'm not going to touch that dimension. Perhaps some other day. Today I will restrict myself to the pairs of prepositions which usually confuse the language learners or the candidates, and based on that, quite often they ask questions in the exam. Now, let us start with the first one for today. Rule 69. Prepositions, two of them. Those two are like a pair. Despite, in spite of. So many exams, so many times they have given questions. Despite and in spite of express a contrast. At the outset, what is the function of despite, which is a preposition? What is the function of in spite of, which is also a preposition? Both have the same function. What is it? They express a contrast, contrasting information. To present contrasting information, you should use. In English, we have a lot of words, though, although, even though, despite, in spite of. But here, let us restrict ourselves to these two words. And despite is a little more formal than in spite of. Sometimes students ask me, sir, what is the difference between despite and in spite of? Both have the same function, but despite is a little more formal, not too much, a little more formal than in spite of. That is one thing you got to know. And we should not use, exam point of view, two things are very important. We should not use a preposition of after despite. It's a common error. Based on that, in so many exams, many a time they have given questions, sentences where despite of, that is not correct. One thing you have to remember. And a lot of people know the first one. What is it? We should not use the word of after despite. A lot of students are not aware of the second dimension. What is the second dimension? We should write in spite of as three separate words. A lot of people write in spite one word of one word. They write this preposition as two words, in spite of. That is not correct. Do remember, We should write as three separate words. In one word, spite one word, and of, in spite of. Three separate words. Never write as two words. Now, let us have a look at the examples. Despite his village background, he could achieve success. Despite contrasting information, despite his village background, he could achieve success. They enjoyed the rides in spite of the long queues. They enjoyed something. They enjoyed what? The rides in spite of, again, contrasting information, the long queues. I hope you got the two dimensions you got to remember when it comes to the first pair. What is it? Despite and in spite of. After despite, we should not use of. In spite of, we should write as three separate words. Now let us go to, this is rather easy, rule number 70. Again, a pair of prepositions, beside and besides. Usually, regular classes, we ask the students, we try to make it interactive. One particular batch, I asked the students, what is the difference between beside and besides? A smart student immediately said, sir, very simple, the letter S. But that is not the difference. What is the difference? Beside means next to. Beside, next to. Besides means in addition to. Already you have something in addition to that. So look at the examples. There's no one beside her. Someone is standing and no one next to her. What do you say? There's no one beside her. He teaches French besides English. That means what? He teaches French. He also teaches English. In addition to French, he teaches English. What do you say then? He teaches French besides English. There is a library beside the theater. Means what? There is a library next to the theater. There is a bag beside the bike. There's a bike. Next to the bike, there's a bag. How do you express that in English? There's a bag beside the bike. Now, let us go to the next one. This is rather easy. Beside, next to, besides, in addition to. The next pair, this is important for two reasons. In many exams, they have given questions, one thing, and here everything looks very easy and simple because you are not under pressure. There's nothing like the time factor, stipulated time period. But in the exam, you're under tremendous pressure. Under pressure, what happens? All these easy ones, if you don't practice, that is very important. You cannot spot the error because of that pressure. You take things for granted. Between and among, what is the difference? Between is used for two persons or two things. You're talking about two persons, you're talking about two things. You should use the word, the preposition between. Among is used for more than two persons or more than two things. But there's something very important I would like to tell you guys. Between can be used for more than two if you are talking about things that belong to the same category. That I'll give the example later. Now have a look at these examples, typical examples. There is nothing between them. Perhaps we are talking about two persons and everyday English or conversational English, we say there's nothing between them. Between them, there's nothing. That could be physical, that could be secrets or whatever it is, relationship based. Whatever I'm going to say is between you and me. This is an idiomatic expression. Means what? It's a secret. Whatever I'm going to say is between you and me. You and me, two persons. And the actual meaning of this particular expression, between you and me, means it's a secret. I saw a few familiar faces among the crowd. Crowd more than two. Here we cannot use the word between. We have to say, I saw a few familiar faces among the crowd. Rescue teams searched among the wreckage for survivors. This is an important word. What is the meaning of wreckage? Generally, a wreck goes with ships. Shipwreck. Shipwreck means what? A ship gets damaged. Then we use the word shipwreck, and it gets damaged, and you don't see the boat or the ship, you see the parts. Those parts are known as a wreckage. And wreckage goes with planes also. You can use with aeroplanes, you can use with ships, but generally there's a specific term, shipwreck. Shipwreck. and rescue teams searched among the wreckage for survivors. So I hope you got the difference between and among. Then at the outset I said between goes with two persons or two things, but if you are talking about things that belong to the same category, more than two, you can use the word between. I'll give the example. She could not decide between the Oxford University, the Harvard University, and the Yale University. The sentence is right. You may wonder how. I have mentioned three things: the Oxford University, the Harvard University, the Yale University. All the three are universities. They belong to the same category. In that case, though we are talking about more than two, we can use a preposition between. Nothing wrong with that. But usually in the exam, they may not touch that particular dimension. They may not trouble you guys. They usually give two nouns and they use the word among. It is not correct. We should use between. Or they use more than two. They use the word between. Not correct. It should be among. But the next pair is very important. What is the next one? This is really important from the exam point of view. In fact, they have given in a few exams. What is this pair? Among and amongst. What is the difference? Both are used to talk about more than two things or more than two persons. Amongst and among mean the same thing. Meaning wise, there is no difference whatsoever. Amongst goes with formal and literary expressions. Amongst goes with formal expressions and literary expressions. It's a formal word. And among is everyday English or it's more common. And this is very important from the exam point of view. Listen very carefully. If the word after the preposition begins with a vowel letter or a vowel sound, we should use amongst, not among. I'll give an example, then you understand. I'm not worried about her. She is living among friends. Among friends. Nothing wrong with this sentence. The results show that both girls are amongst the top 10% of students in the whole school. This is more formal. Because it's more formal, we have to use amongst. When we go to practice questions, I will show you a sentence where the next word begins with a vowel letter. Based on that, we should use amongst. So this is the difference between among and amongst. I hope you got the difference. Now let us go to practice questions. So today I have spent time on prepositions pairs, prepositional pairs. And what is the first pair you got? Let us go back, have a look. These are very important. First one you got despite, in spite of, very important. Beside, besides, rather easy. Between, among, important, easy, but under pressure, not easy to make out or spot the error. And this is again very important. Now try to work on practice questions and make sure you get all the sentences right. Some of these may be right, some of these may be wrong. Read the sentence, tell me whether it is right or wrong. Sentence number one: there were sparks between the two from the start, from the beginning. From the start is a phrase. There were sparks between the two from the start. Sparks in the sense some arguments or tiffs or fights, all these. So here, first one is absolutely right. I see a lot of students have said it is correct. What is the reason? The clue for you, the two, between the two, no issues at all. That is the only difference among the two. Is this right or wrong? Here again, we are talking about the two, then we cannot use the word among. It should be between. Oh, you have written all the rules. That's very good. Wonderful. Between the two. The opening to the cave was only a narrow hole between the two rocks or between two rocks. Please mention the question number. That's always better. The opening to the cave was only a narrow hole between how many rocks? Two rocks. So the sentence is correct. Silence fell between, among. Choose one of the two. I should have given this way. The two, and then finally he spoke. When you choose between or among, sometimes they give this way also. Silence fell between or among the two, and then finally he spoke. Sentence number three, there is no error. Please go to sentence number four. Sentence number three is correct. What about sentence number four? No one has responded. Bhavana, yes, sentence number three is correct. Please go to, perhaps there is a time lag. Here we are talking about the two, so we cannot use among, it should be between. Omit among, that's right. That's good. Sentence number five. The girl who sat beside him was his daughter. The girl who sat beside him was his daughter. Is this right or wrong? It is correct. What is the reason? The girl who sat next to him, beside him, was his daughter. Perfect. The keys hung, hang, hanged, hanged. Persons, hang, hung, hung. Things. The keys hung on the wall besides the door. Please mention the question number. Question number six. Is it beside the door or besides the door? Next to the door, you cannot use besides over here. This sentence is absolutely wrong. Go to question number seven. She glanced up at him as he stopped beside her. Glance means to have a look. Have a glance means what? Have a look. She glanced up at him as he stopped beside her. Seven, correct. Next to her. Nothing wrong. Very good, Naresh. You are there. He knows Hindi beside English. That's only an example. He knows Hindi beside English. Is that right or wrong? He knows what? Two things. In addition to Hindi, he knows English. So here we should say beside or besides. This is not correct. We should say he knows Hindi besides English. In addition to Hindi, he knows English. Now, some more are there. We don't fight among ourselves like your kind does. This is a very good sentence. This is a question of the day. Question number 80 is wrong. They have given something like this in one of the exams, perhaps more than one. This is practically impossible to make out, even for those who are good at English, if they don't know the rule. Here it looks perfect. We don't fight among ourselves like your kind does. Looks perfect, but it is not correct. What is the reason? What is a preposition over here, among? After that, there is a word. Already have got the most important rule. If the word after the preposition begins with a vowel letter or a vowel sound, we should not use among, we should use amongst. So, what is the correct one here? Because of this word, this is a clue for you. We don't fight amongst ourselves like your kind does, like your group does. This is a question of the day. Even those who are good at English, they cannot spot the error because you should know the rule, only then you can spot the error. Let us go to sentence number 10. Similar tendencies are found among his followers. 10 is correct, no problem. They appeared relaxed despite of the threat. This they have given in so many exams, so many times. I don't know why. So many competitive exams, their favorite question. Good evening. Who is this? Ravi Teja. So, despite now many students, almost all the candidates can spot the error, this particular question. 1 second, they need only 1 second. What is the reason? The moment they see the word despite, They know for sure we should not use the preposition of. Our vacation was a lot of fun in spite of the cold weather. Sentence number, Kalyan, it's a bit surprising. Please look at the sentence carefully. Sentence number 12 is wrong. It is not correct. What is the reason? I have just said when it comes to in spite of, despite the common error using the preposition of, when it comes to in spite of the common error, it is also a common error. Those are good at English, otherwise, they also make this mistake, a lot of them. They tend to write in spite one word of one word. That is wrong. I have already said in spite of should be written as three separate words. In spite of. In spite of, not correct. In spite of is correct. That's it about these practice questions. Now let us go to actual questions from the previous year's papers. First five questions deal with, today some questions are not easy and based on rules, some are based on vaccination. What is this vaccination? So please go to, what is this, Naresh? The young men from Japan found the ascent of the mountain hard going. Now where is the error? Ah, Vishal, yes. Hello, Vishal. A little late. The young man or young men, that doesn't make any difference whatsoever. The young men from Japan found the ascent of the mountain hard going. Hard going is also right, nothing wrong with that. Usually we say going, they found the ascent of the mountain. Going hard, no, you cannot say. Hard going, here it is used as a, they found the ascent of the mountain what? You need a noun, hard going. It could be an adjective, it could be a noun. Hard going ascent, adjective. Better? Okay, okay, I got it. So vacation, we're all conditioned now. No wonder, because every time we talk about vaccination, vaccination. So vacation also looks like vaccination. I'm not surprised. So it should be an adjective. That is absolutely no problem. Here, assent means what? You give your assent means approval, but that is not the right word. It doesn't go with the context. So what is the right word over here? Ascent. Ascent means what? Going up. It goes with mountaineering. It goes with hiking. It goes with trekking. Not hiking, it goes with trekking, mountaineering. Ascent, opposite, descent. And this one, ASSENT means what? Give your assent means what? Approval. That's a different word altogether. So here I'm not going to show the answers. Where is the error? I'm going to write here the second part, there is an error. The second part, the word ascent is not correct. It should be ASCENT. Ascent means climb up. Hmm. ASCENT means what? Yes, agree. That's right. Please go to question number 2. They are a politically important family. One of his sisters is a minister, and the other is married with a minister. Interesting. Approval, exactly. Where is the error? Sentence number 2 or question number 2. That's right, Ravi Teja. Scaling up. Ascent, you can also think of the expression scaling up, going up. Ease, nothing wrong with ease. How come? Yes, private working aspirant has got it right. Here, we don't use the word with after is married with. That is not correct. It should be is married, the other is married to. What is the correct preposition? Married to someone. Married with is not correct. So where is the error? Third part, there is an error. They are a politically important family. One of his sisters is a minister, and the other is married to a minister, not with a minister, to a minister. And what is this about? You should always know what the question is about. The prepositional combination, the correct preposition. Please go to marry someone. What is the idiomatic expression? All youngsters, you should know this. Tie the knot. Tie the knot is an idiomatic expression. Means what? Marry. He tied the knot. Means what? He married someone. He tied the knot to someone. Tie the knot means marry someone. Now, who is this? Kim Jong. Some names sound a bit different. Actual names or Kim Jong, may I know from where you are? Knowledge of at least two languages are required to pass the examination. This is rather easy. Now answer my question. What is the subject of this sentence? Knowledge. And usually in English, do remember, we have the subject. After the subject, there is some information related to the subject that is presented in the form of a phrase or a clause. Of here, knowledge is a subject of at least two languages. That is a phrase of at least two languages, a phrase that goes with the subject. Never consider a phrase or a clause. Subject, knowledge. Ask yourself, is it singular or plural? Singular. Can you say are? What are you supposed to say? Is. Knowledge is. We never say knowledge are. So, what is this question about? Subject, verb, agreement. Subject, verb, agreement. What is the subject over here? Knowledge. And the verb, it is third person singular. We should use a singular verb, an easy one. Under pressure, you never know, easy or difficult. Here, everything looks easy. Let us go to question number 4. Every one of the films you suggested are not worth seeing. Error of proximity. That's right. You remember the standard expression, error of proximity. Please go to question number 4. You can spot the error, but what exactly the problem with the sentence, you should be able to tell. Yes, that's right. Is not worth. No, no, no. This is actually a question where you can spot the error, but you cannot tell what exactly the correct expression is. Here, films, the films, plural noun, you suggested are not worth seeing. If you change the verb, you have to change the word films also. But here you may say, so every one of the films, everyone goes with persons, it doesn't go with things. In this context, we are talking about, please listen very carefully. In this context, we are talking about films. We are not talking about persons. Persons, you can say everyone. Films, you cannot say everyone. So, based on that, here, every one of the films, not correct. We have to do all that we have to do. All the films, then you don't have to touch this one. You don't have to touch the verb. All that you have to do, every one of is not correct. And all the films you have suggested are not worth seeing, then the sentence is correct. I hope it's clear. All the films, every one of is not correct. All the films you suggested are not worth seeing. I hope. You cannot use each of the films. Again, conversational English. Imagine someone suggested 10 movies or 10 films. You're talking about those 10 films, all are not worth seeing. You don't start with a distributive pronoun. You don't say each of the films. No, what do we say? All the books are not useful. All the films are not worth seeing. All the students are quite intelligent. Standard phrase. What is the standard phrase? All the and a noun. I hope you guys got it. Thank you very much. Now let us go to. And what is this question about? This question is about the subject. Subject, again, pronoun related. So make a note what it is about. That helps in the long run. Now let us go to question number 5 based on errors. The Secretariat comprises of many air-conditioned rooms I'm sure many students can spot the error within no time. A familiar one, an easy one. So, what is the answer? Where is the error? A redundancy. Here, if you use the word consist of, it is correct. But comprise of, this is wrong. We cannot use of after comprise. So, based on that, the Secretariat comprises many air conditioned rooms. We have to strike off the preposition of. Now, has anyone got all the five questions correct? Error location, then we know the standards, easy questions or tough questions. Comprise is equal to consist of. Now, that's a very good expression. I appreciate that. Now, has anyone got all the five correct? Sentence improvement, again based on grammar knowledge. Yes, Madhav. Now, please, three, that means not easy, not difficult, moderate. If many students say we got all the five correct, outstanding, easy questions, then four is pretty good. You should get 4 out of 5. That's good enough. Again, moderate. They are not very tough questions. She sat on the tree to protect herself from the rain. She sat on the tree. Practically not possible. Everyone cannot climb up the tree, on the tree, not practically possible. So use a bit of common sense. Sat on the tree, at the outset, you should know whether it is right or wrong. Upon the tree, more or less the same meaning. Before the tree, then she cannot get the shelter. Under the tree. So, what is the answer here? Obviously, it is not on the tree, practically not possible for everyone. Upon, more or less the same meaning. Before, it doesn't serve any purpose, a person will get wet. And under the tree, then the person gets, imagine this is a tree. So, somewhere here under the tree, then get shelter. Why? What is the reason? To protect herself from the rain. So, this is about what? This is about again preposition based on knowledge related to above, under, on. Imagine there's a ball here and there's a ball here. There's a balloon over here. There's a balloon over here. And this is a table. Imagine this is what? A table. I'm not an artist. I hope it looks like a table. So where is the balloon? Above. And where is the ball? On. Here it is in the air, no physical contact. So we say below. And where is the ball? There is a physical contact. We say under. So you got to remember these four. We'll discuss Gangadhar. Please let me complete this one. Let us go to question number 2, sentence improvement. Where is the error? When it was raining, nobody wants to sit on the tree, so it is under the tree. First of all, you should be able to climb up the tree. That is very important. You're thinking of going up. First, how to go, how many can go. So let us go to question number 2. Tell me what is the right word? Tempered. A tempered person, short-tempered person. From the lion, that's a different. But here, what is the context? From the rain. Lion, perhaps one has to climb up and will be motivated enough to climb up. Now, temper, you know the word short temper is a short tempered person. Short tempered person. But here, someone has tempered with my lock. You cannot use the word here, my lock. You cannot use the word tempered. Trample. Trample means to step on using force. Usually it goes with elephants. What does it go with? Elephants. Trample. So not relevant over here. Tampered. Hold that one. Tethered. Not the right word. What is the answer here? Tamper means to spoil. Answer is the second option. Spoil something. Then we use the word tampered. That is the answer. Now, based on vocabulary, This you got to read all the three, only then you can answer. Hmm. Please go to the next one. You got to read all the options, only then you can answer. To contact doctor, attempts were made. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The doctor were made attempts to contact. No, grammatically not correct. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The doctor were. Attempts were made to contact the doctor. So this is an active voice or passive voice? Ball tampering, very good. Ball tampering, that's a good combination. Here, attempts were made to contact the doctor. It is past tense. Past tense, passive voice. Which one is that? Passive voice. What is a sentence in active voice? Try to guess. Imagine the subject is a we. We is a subject. Then what is it in? Please answer. What is active voice? The sentence. Attempts were made to contact the doctor. This is passive voice. What is the sentence in active voice? And imagine the subject is we. We made. We made attempts. We made attempts to contact the doctor. When you change this to passive voice, what do you get? Attempts were made to contact the doctor. By us, we don't mention. Whenever you come across a question related to active voice, passive voice, direct speech, indirect speech, do remember, try to guess what it is in active voice or what it is in indirect speech or direct speech, whatever it is. Now let us go to question number 4, sentence improvement. I feel out of sort today. Is this right or wrong? This should be focused on. I feel of sort. I feel out of sorts. I feel out of sort this day. What is the answer? We made attempts to contact the doctor. That's right. Please go to question number 4. Some questions you are taking. Second option. Here, I feel out of sorts today means not very well, a little disturbed, or not in your usual spirit, not in the usual mood. I feel out of sorts today means a little disturbed. What is the correct expression over here? Out of sorts. It should be in the plural form. That is important. Out of sort is not correct. Out of sorts. Let us go to the last question related to sentence improvement. The office is soon to be closed. Goes with everyday English, conversational English. The office is soon to be closed. Just to closed, about to be closed, where to closed. What is the answer for question number 5? When you go to someone's office, they say this: the office is soon to be closed means forever. We don't use that. What do we say? Oh, I am not in my usual elements today. Yes, that is also right. Very good. Answer is about to be closed. So here, soon to is not correct. About to be closed. The office is about to be closed. That is a correct expression. Yes. Now let us go to fillers again based on either grammar knowledge or vocabulary or contextual awareness, standard expressions. About to be closed. We are about to close, active voice. About to be closed, passive voice. With that you have to recollect. Recollection is the name of the game. Means what? When you recollect based on one particular question, related words, related rules, you're a smart learner. Everything gets consolidated. 4 out of 5, that's wonderful. It's good. I should have asked you guys how many questions correct. 4 is pretty good. You should be very happy. Good enough. First one is who is. Yes, absolutely right. People from far and near came to see the final match of the tournament yesterday. Distance and near, that's not a standard phrase. Long and near, they're not related. Above, above and near, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, what is the answer? Far and near, they talk about the distance. People from far and near came to see the final match of the tournament yesterday. Now, this is again based on grammar knowledge. It's always better. Yes, I appreciate deep or deep thinker. Hmm. Deep thinking, something that is deep, profound, and also someone is in deep thinking. We use the word you are in a pensive mood, means what? Deep thinking. We also use the word contemplate, introspect. Someone is not, when he sees you, he wishes usually. But today, lost, he looked lost. That means what? Thinking of something very seriously. Deep means profound. But we say pensive mood, contemplating on something, introspect, self questioning, related words. So, what is the answer? The railway coaches by the Integral Coach Factory, Chennai. This is in passive voice. Present tense, a fact in passive voice. What is actual sentence in active voice? Present tense. The Integral Coach Factory, Chennai, manufactures the railway coaches. The railway coaches are manufactured by the Integral Coach Factory, Chennai. So, what is the answer here? Second option, have you got it? You can also think of the word ponder. When it comes to past, someone thinks of the past, we say, don't brood over the past. Don't brood over the past. You got to think of this as well. So this question is a good question. It goes with present tense. Present tense, active voice or passive voice? Passive voice. Present tense, passive voice are manufactured. Now let are being manufactured, then it is present continuous. No, it's a fact. Are manufactured. I teach English. English is taught by me. A fact. We should use present tense, not present continuous. Who is this private working aspirant? We cannot use. That's why I said the sentence talks about a fact. In English, to express a fact, you got to use present tense, not present continuous tense. Please go to sentence number 3. The resort is the lake. This is the easiest one, rather, based on what you have learned today. The resort is next to the lake. So, from the lake, has a lake. Resort has a lake would have been better. Besides the lake, the resort is beside the lake, next to the lake. The easiest one, rather, to make you guys. Sometimes what happens in the exam, they give easy questions. Why do they do that? The candidate should feel happy. Imagine all the questions are difficult, then the candidates get demotivated. On and off, you come across easy questions, you get motivated, and you maintain that balanced, you remain balanced or composed. Now, please go to question number 4. The revolting players and the game's administrators held discussion to resolve the payment dispute. Yes, Adi, beside the lake, that is perfect. Please go to. So the revolting players, revolting, not happy with the management, and the game's administrators held unnecessary discussions. Why will they do that? Obligatory. Discussion is not obligatory. Obligation, something you have to do because it is your duty or you have promised to do it, something like a responsibility. Doesn't go with the context. Preliminary discussions. Silent discussions, is it practically possible? I don't think so. Silent discussion, silent communication is possible with eyes, but silent discussion is not possible. So, what is the answer over here? Preliminary discussion means what? Initial discussion. So, answer is the third option, rather easy, not that difficult to answer. Please go to question number 5. The police pushed the people back to make for Prime Minister's car to pass. This goes with newspaper English, but not that difficult to answer. Justin, please go to the next question. Silent discussion. That's a funny expression. Silent communication is possible with eyes, body language. Non-verbal communication is always silent. That's why there's a saying in English, what is it? In all the languages for that matter, eyes speak. Have you heard of that expression? Eyes speak. Don't wonder how they speak. So, what is the answer? Make way. That's a standard expression. Make way. Make way means what? To provide the passage or the path for someone or something to go. So, a standard expression, the police pushed the people back to make back, push the people back, pause, to make way for Prime Minister's car to pass, to make way, to provide the path. Yes. Now, the last 10 questions they deal with, or 5 questions deal with voice and speech. Please answer the first one. Kumar said, I'm unwell. First, you have to decide all the 5 correct. These are easy ones, perhaps. Or many students, almost all the students, except 1 or 2. Good. 4 is also pretty good. You should be happy. Kumar said, I'm unwell. Direct speech. Present. Present changes to what? Past. So, based on that, it cannot be had been, it cannot be present, it cannot be past perfect, it cannot be present perfect. So, what is the answer? Deep thinker, 5 out of 5. Answer is Kumar said that he was unwell. I am unwell changes to he was unwell. Present changes to past. What is the reason? The reporting verb is in past. That you got to remember. If the reporting verb is in present, present tense, present perfect, or future, the tenses don't change to a corresponding past tense. That rule you have to remember, because I've seen regular batches, students don't focus on, please listen to me for a few seconds. Many students don't focus on the reporting verb. When they see a question related to indirect speech, they focus on this. They don't focus on the reporting speech. You should always focus on the reporting speech, reporting verb. Always focus on the reporting verb, because there's one important rule. What is that? If the reporting verb is in present tense, present perfect, or future, the tenses don't change to a corresponding past tense. If it is in the past, here reporting verb is in the past, tenses change to a corresponding past tense. Present changes to past. As simple as that. Now, please go to question number 2. Either voice or speech. Synonyms of unwell. I am off color, indisposed, under the weather. I'm feeling poorly. Very good, Madhav. I appreciate your efforts. And others, please have a look and try to memorize. Madhav has given us idiomatic expressions per the word unwell. You can also say, I'm in low spirits. Today I'm in low spirits. Means not the regular mood, not cheerful. Rahim said, again, first you got to focus on the reporting verb, past. This is a very good example. I will ask a question. After this, first you answer. I will have completed my project. I will have completed my project. Now, what is the answer? All the future tenses, will or shall. In indirect speech, we use the word would. But unfortunately, this is ruled out, this is ruled out. 2 options are there. Rahim said that he would complete his project. Rahim said that he would have completed. Here you cannot change it to would complete. These words they have to be repeated. Based on that, would have completed. Who has got this right? Almost all the students. Now the $1,000,000 question. What is this? Which tense is this? Though it is incomplete, my question, which tense is this? Please answer immediately. You can't afford to think. I will have completed. She will have reached. They will have attended. Which tense is this? How come no one has answered? Is it because of the time lag or you don't know the answer? If you don't know, please say, sir, we don't know. I repeat the question. Which tense is this? I will have completed the syllabus by next month. They will have attended the function by Tuesday. She will have reached Bangalore by Monday morning. Very good. It is future perfect tense. A lot of people, I repeat, a lot of people don't know future perfect tense. It is used very rarely in conversational English. Now, I will tell you something very interesting. Future perfect. Regular classes, when I teach students future perfect tense, the next day some students come and say, sir, my friend says this is not correct. My manager says this is not correct. Then I tell them, please ask your friend to join immediately. Tell your manager to join immediately. Because outside, when it comes to, please listen very carefully, when it comes to future actions, people think of future tense and future continuous tense. We don't use, a lot of people, except a few professionals and a few guys who are really good at English, people don't use. But there are two more tenses. What are they? Future perfect tense, future perfect continuous tense. Many people don't know these two tenses and they think something is wrong with this when I say I will have completed the syllabus by August. People think, oh, the sentence is not correct, something is wrong. Nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. It is a sentence, grammatically correct. And what is the use of this? We use it to express an action that will be past in future. I repeat, what is the use of future perfect tense? We use it to express an action that will be in past in future. That means what? By a given time in future, a particular action will be over, will be completed. For that action, you got to use future perfect tense. But that's all pure grammar. I don't want to go deep into that. Let us go to the next question. Where do you live? Said the stranger. Again, the reporting verb, it is a question. Based on that, it is in past. You should be able to get it right just like that. Yes, yes, that's right. Where do you live? Said the stranger. What is the answer? Future perfect continuous tense. Rarely, once in a blue moon, people use future perfect continuous. One of the reasons they substitute, I repeat, they substitute future perfect and future perfect continuous with future tense and future continuous tense. First option, the stranger inquired where I lived. You cannot use the verb in present form because here it is in past. The verb should be in past. Inquired, this is ruled out. You have to decide between the first and the third. The stranger inquired where I lived. I lived. Interrogative changes to affirmative, present changes to past. Hold this one. Where I had been living. No, present does not change to past perfect continuous. This is not correct. So what is the answer? Answer is the very first option. The stranger asked or inquired where I lived. Where do you live? He asked me where I lived. Question number 4. Oh, it's already 8:30. Please try to respond quickly. She does not sing classical songs. Here you have to change it to, this is again speech or voice, one of the two. She does not sing classical songs. This goes more with voice. What is the answer? You have to change it to passive voice. What is this? Repeat, repeat, repeat. Ankit Solanki. What is this? Repeat. Please be specific. Repeat what? Here, she does not sing what? Classical songs. You have to start with classical songs. So ruled out, ruled out. Classical songs are not sung by her. Classical songs were not. You cannot use past. The sentence is in present. Active voice present. Passive voice also should be in present. Based on that, what is the answer? Classical songs are not sung by her. Second option is the answer. Now let us go to the last one. Previous, future perfect. Future perfect already have said. We don't use future perfect and future perfect continuous in conversational English. In place of future perfect, people use future tense. In place of future perfect continuous, they use future continuous. If you want me to repeat the function of future perfect, any action that will be over at a given time, by a given time in future, for that action we should use future perfect tense. So I play football with my friends at that ground. I play what football? How many options begin with football? Only one. Let us check whether it is right or wrong. Football is played by me with my friends at that ground. So what is the answer here? The last one, the third option is the answer. Now that's all about today's from today's session. And regarding Gangadhar, you have been asking bank exams. Next week, till next week, I cannot start. Maybe I'm going to launch 3 courses this month. That's what I've said. And I'm going to talk about, I'll be launching on 7th July. First one, 12th July, the second course. And the third one, I'll be launching on 19th July. So I'm going to come up with a video. What are the courses and the time slots? What the benefits are going to be? So please wait. And you wanted some tips regarding bank exams because you guys have, I think, 10th or 11th, the first one, 10th or 11th. Fine. I will give the tips tomorrow. Today already it is 8:33. But tomorrow morning, Gangadhar, don't be disappointed. Tomorrow morning, the Hindu editorial, I will give the tips regarding bank exams. I will remember, I'll give the tips.